I didn't realize I was being robbed at first. It started small. A missing bonus here. A slightly lower commission there. Nothing dramatic. Nothing obvious. Just off. And that's how they get you. I work for a mid-sized finance company in the U.S. Nothing flashy, but profitable. Very profitable. I wasn't entry-level. I handled clients. Real money. Closed deals that brought in six figures for company. I worked late. Skipped weekends. Took calls during dinner. I believed in loyalty. Big mistake. At first, I blamed myself. Maybe I miscalculated. Maybe I misunderstood the commission structure. So I went back. I checked my numbers again. And again. And again. Then I saw it. A deal I closed. $180,000 revenue. My commission? $2,100. That wasn't right. Not even close. I pulled up the contract. My rate was clearly stated. 5%. That should have been $9,000. Not $2,100. Not even half. Not even a third. I felt that tight feeling in my chest. You know the one. When something isn't just wrong, it's unfair. I went to my manager. Calm. Professional. Hey, I think there's an error in my commission. He didn't even look surprised. That was the first red flag. He smiled. That's the adjusted rate after internal costs. Internal costs? That wasn't in my contract. It was all there, clear as day. They were shaving off commissions, reallocating money, and boosting company margins by stealing from employees. I just stared at the screen, heart racing, because now it wasn't a suspicion anymore. It was real. And here's the thing. At that moment, I had a choice. Close the laptop. Pretend I never saw it. Keep my job. Or fight back. What would you have done? I didn't sleep that night. I kept thinking, if I stay quiet, they win. If I speak up, I could lose everything. But then I remembered something simple. I did the work. I earned that money. They had no right to take it. So I made a decision. I wasn't going to confront them. Not yet. I was going to build a case. For the next 6 weeks, I became invisible. I did my job, smiled in meetings, closed deals, acted normal. But behind the scenes, I was collecting evidence. Spreadsheets comparing real versus paid commissions. Email threads confirming deal values. System screenshots. Timestamps. Internal messages. Everything. I even tracked patterns across other employees. Names removed. Just numbers. To show it wasn't a mistake. It was a system. By the time I was done, I had a file, 32 pages long, detailed, clean, undeniable. Then I made one more move, the smartest one. I spoke to a lawyer, not just any lawyer, an employment lawyer, someone who had handled wage theft cases. I walked into that office nervous, but prepared. He reviewed everything, slowly, silently, page by page. Then he looked up and smiled. This is strong. 2 words, but they changed everything. He explained it clearly. What they did, illegal, plain and simple. Wage theft, breach of contract, potential fraud. And here's the part one didn't expect. He said we could go bigger. Not just recover my money, but pursue damages, penalties, legal fees. Because companies don't just pay what they owe, they pay for what they risked. I felt something shift inside me. Fear turning into confidence. We sent a formal notic. Clean. Professional. No emotion. Just facts. They responded fast. Too fast. Suddenly, meetings. Calls. Let's talk this through. Funny how they wanted to talk now. They offer correction. A mistake adjustment. A small payout. Quiet resolution. I laughed because now I understood the game. They weren't trying to fix it. They were trying to bury it. We declined. That's when things escalated. HR got involved. Executives joined calls. Their tone changed. Less friendly. More defensive. They tried to flip it. Said I access restricted systems. Questioned my methods. Classic move. Attack the whistleblower. But here's what they didn't realize. Everything I accessed, I had legitimate access to, at least at the time. And my lawyer, he was ready. We filed. The case moved forward. And that's when pressure hit. Email stopped. Conversations became awkward. People avoided me. I could feel it. They knew. Then came the moment I expected. They let me go. Restructuring. Business decision. Of course. But here's what they forgot. Retaliation is illegal too. That move, it didn't weaken my case. It strengthened it. Months passed. Depositions. Evidence reviews. Back and forth negotiations. It was exhausting. Not gonna lie. There were days I doubted everything. Days I thought, maybe I should have stayed quiet. But then I'd look at the numbers again. What they took, what they hid. And I kept going. Finally, they made an offer. A real one. 6 figures. To settle. No admission of guilt. Of course. But enough to make it worth it. I sat there, looking at the number, thinking about all those late nights. All those stolen commissions. All that stress. And I realized something. This wasn't just about money. It was about respect. They thought I wouldn't notice. They thought I wouldn't fight. They thought I was just another employee. They were wrong. We negotiated, pushed a little further. And then we closed. Final settlement? $300,000. I walked out of that process different. Stronger, sharper, wiser. But here's the real lesson. Companies count on silence. They count on confusion. They count on you not checking. But numbers don't lie. And if you pay attention, you'll see the truth. So let me ask you something. When was the last time you really checked what you were being paid? Not just a paycheck, but the breakdown, the structure, the math. Because sometimes the biggest losses aren't obvious. They're hidden in plain sight. After everything, I didn't go back to corporate. I started working for myself, consulting, helping others understand their contracts, their worth, their numbers, because no one should go through what I went through. And if my story does one thing, I hope it makes you look twice. Ask questions. Keep records. Because the moment you stop paying attention, that's when someone else starts taking advantage. If this story hit you, if you believe in standing up, getting paid what you deserve, and exposing the truth, subscribe to Revenge Echo. Because sometimes the best revenge isn't loud. It's calculated, it's documented, and it pays.
Thanking you for watching Revenge Echo channel. Like, subscribe, and comment where you are watching from.